Hello everybody. Okay, so I am making my first YouTube video for my page, Amped Up Media Designs. I should have started this a long time ago. Why I didn't is probably because I didn't really have the time, and I'm finally making the time, prioritizing my time to make it work. So the last 8 months, we have watched other countries go through martial laws, execute mask mandates and enforce them strictly, and right now is the calm before the storm before Alberta, Canada, and the rest of Canada are put under those same orders. The second wave, we were just told last night, is about to hit. It's funny how politicians can predict that. We have 4.3 million people in Alberta and 200 and something like 60 deaths. The average age in Canada is 82.25, and the average age of somebody passing with COVID is 83. So congratulations, Alberta. We've actually exceeded the average death rate through a pandemic. That's quite remarkable. But the politicians don't like that the division is starting to kind of die down. When the mask mandates first came out, people were at each other. The ones who wanted to and the ones who didn't want to wear masks were at each other's throat. And in the last few weeks, it's kind of died down. People are like, well, I don't really care. You wear one, I won't. Like that hate is kind of died down, and the government really doesn't like that. So they're going to ramp things up here in the next few weeks. It was Trudeau's speech last night was a prime example of he already knows the second wave's coming and we need to get ready. What I'm going to say is I need the people that are awake who aren't wearing the mask to breathe, because the next month is going to be really, really challenging for everybody involved. There's going to be people that are sleeping that start to wake up to what's actually happening, and this is what we as the people that are awake need to prepare ourselves for. Have your groceries ready. Avoid going out as much as possible. Avoid the cities, because the cities are the ones that are going to be the most chaotic in the next month or so. There are going to be strict mask mandates. They're going to be enforced by law enforcement really hard. There's going to be, a lot of fighting going on in the next month, especially here in Alberta, when they ramp this stuff up. I need the people that are awake to stay calm, be smart, be vigilant, and be there for the people that are going to be red-pilled, because they're about to be red-pilled and waked up real quick. And it's going to be a shock to them, and that's also another thing that we need to prepare ourselves for, because we all know, we've been there. When it hits you hard, and it's a lot of information to take in, and it's overwhelming, and it's stressful. And they're going to go through their 12 steps. There's 12 stages of emotions, right? Also, I am going to throw out a couple predictions that I think that is going to happen. These are just predictions. These are my opinions based on what I know and what I've seen happen in other places, in other countries, and what I think is probably going to happen here in Canada, especially Alberta. I'm going to predict that there's going to be earthquakes that occur in Alberta in the next month or two, probably next month. I have a prediction that there's going to be a lot of stuff in the news where it comes to pedophilia, convictions and charges of people involved in these kinds of things. I'm going to predict a bunch of false flags will come out of Alberta. And if you don't know what a false flag is, I'll give you a brief description. It's kind of like the movie The Illusionist, okay? If you watch the movie The Illusionist, they're all about getting people to focus here on what they're doing here. Meanwhile, there's something going on huge, big over here, but they want to distract you from that so that you don't see that. And how that relates to what's going on right now is there's a lot of scandals and a lot of corruption within Alberta. The minute you involve money, politicians, big pharma, those kinds of things, when scandals start getting broke in those industries, and even the food industry, that's when you'll start seeing false flags. So, for instance, Nenshi, I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe he's done something that isn't morally or ethically right. And they try and reveal that to the public, but they don't want the public to know. They might create what's called a false flag, where you see innocent people and crisis actors all in one, and some innocent bystanders get hurt or killed or something, and crisis actors come out and go, oh my gosh, it was just awful, and I can't believe I survived, and I set my GoFundMe page up because I get paid for being a crisis actor through my GoFundMe pages, and it'll be a big shock to the system of how could this awful thing happen. Meanwhile, they're trying to cover up and hide what's actually been happening, so it's not released to the public. I would use another example that has happened in Canada. There's a couple late as of the few recent years, but I'll just let you figure it out and see what incidents you might think are connected to GoFundMe accounts. So I just need everybody to breathe, okay? That is going to be your next step. I need you to get prepared. So the month of September was a month of preparedness. I kind of did a video on that where it's stock up, man, stock up on your stuff. And it's not the fact that there's going to be a shortage of anything. It's the fact that all the crazies are about to come out, and you ain't going to want to shop, and the enforcements are going to come out, and all this stuff. There's been word from other patriots that Alberta has just got shipped in massive amounts of pepper spray. So be vigilant, be smart, stand up for what you believe in, fight the good fight, but don't get hurt. Don't allow yourself to get, in a situation where you can't defend yourself. And if you get in a situation where you're arrested or something for protesting, make sure that you have a backup plan and you have people that will bail you out, contacts, and you set up a whole plan, because that could definitely happen. Innocent people could be arrested at these events to try and prove a point that the control is out of our hands and in theirs, and that's not the case. So we need to be smart and have a plan. I would not be taking your kids to grocery stores with you, or out shopping, or to protest. I would not be taking my kids at this point in Alberta to those protests. Just not. Let's be smart, okay? There's a lot of people right now that are not in the right frame of mind on both sides of the table here, and we just need to be smart, and that's that. My prediction about the earthquakes, if what I know is to be true, there is stuff happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, and if and when those earthquakes occur, I will do another video explaining what I believe is happening. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported me through this crazy last 8 months. It's been a lot of self-motivation, mental strength to get to this point, and to have your support now more than ever means the world to me, and you don't understand how uplifting it really is. When everybody thinks you're crazy, and some days you think you're crazy and this whole thing is crazy, and you think you're insane and delusional for believing that this stuff is actually happening, and then you figure out it is actually happening, that's a lot to process. So I just need everybody to breathe. This is the month of October. Look at it like this, okay? There's going to be these enforced laws and stuff happening in Alberta. This is going to be your time to do your work. And what I mean by do your work is your spiritual and mental strength work. I want you to make a plan right now, and I want that plan to be a calendar that you print off, and you write down meditations that you're going to do for this month. And I want you to manifest what you want to happen. An example would be I have a calendar made, and this month I want to manifest safety, prosperity for all, strength for those who are weak. And so I'm going to manifest that and pray about that, and do that for the month of October. I'm not going to stress about what is happening in this crazy world at this moment, because We, the people, will win. There's more of us than them. The government will get what they deserve. The good guys are helping us. There are good guys helping us. And some people can see that right now, but eventually they won't have a choice, and they'll have no choice but to see it. I also want everybody to go on their Facebook, and I will try and you go on your Facebook and download your information. And I'll quickly do a little lesson here. So you go to settings, I believe it is. Yeah, you go to settings on your Facebook, okay? And you scroll to where it says download your information, okay? So I want you to go in and I want you to request your information to be downloaded. And then go in, you'll get an email sent to you saying it's ready to be downloaded, download your information, because there is going to be stuff that happens with social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, WhatsApp. They're all connected. They're owned by Facebook. There's things that are going to happen eventually, and they may no longer exist as platforms. So I want you to go, and I want you to download all your information, just because I know so many people have pictures and things on there that they want to save and preserve, and we haven't printed any of them off. So go in and download them off of there. Get ready, because there's going to be a lot of negativity on Facebook in the next month, especially around Alberta and Canada. And you need to prepare yourself for what you're about to see. So another thing I would like to recommend is going to watch 2 main documentaries that will help you, if you're new to all this, wake up and see what's going on. One is The Fall of the Cabal. It is a 10-part episode series, and you can find it on YouTube. It gets taken down and re-uploaded like every week because YouTube censors it. If you need a copy of it, I do have a copy of it. I would have to figure out how to send it to you, but I may actually try and upload it to my page, my YouTube page, channel, and see what they do, if they take it down, or if I can mess with their algorithms. So we'll see. What else? What else can I say? Just try and stay calm. Take the month of October to work on yourself and go through all the emotions. Watch, the other one I wanted you to watch is, outoftheshadows.org. Outoftheshadows.org. Go there and watch that show, that documentary. It'll explain what's happening, what's going on. There's a lot of deception, a lot of confusion. That's what the deep state wants to do. There's a lot of things that are still yet to be learned for a lot of people who have just woken up in the last 8 months. There's a lot deeper information, but do not overwhelm yourself with information. You will eventually learn it, because you'll eventually wake up to be like, there's more to this rabbit hole, and go down it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take the time to feel the emotions. That's what this whole journey is about, is learning to feel the emotions, clear the body of all the negativity, and go through all the motions. You're going to have to do it. Try, I feel bad for the people who are about to be totally red-pilled and shocked, because it's going to be a total blow to their system. And even though you want to be like, I told you so, you can't do that. Do not do that. That is not okay for anybody. So I need you to be supportive, compassionate, forgive, and just be there for them. That is going to be the end of this video for me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for more information and updates. I hope you all have a great day and great week, and we will talk to you shortly.